So I've always had a stock style oil pan on this motor, and it's done fine. But I decided that while it's out, I might try my hand at putting building a baffle for it there in the bottom. So see how this turns out. So I started out with this crude template that I got off the internet, printed off. Somebody just sort of free traced it out with a Sharpie. It wasn't great. I actually already cut about an inch off of this end, get it to fit in my pan better. But I figured it's a start. So I'm gonna trace this out and see what we can get figured out on this. Now I went bigger on my template because this one here, some of these corners were pretty loose, like they had pretty big gaps in them. I feel like that sort of defeats the purpose of the baffle, so I made it big. I can trim it down. Well, there we go. It's a start. We'll see how it fits here. So as expected, it's a little big, but we'll trim it down. All right, so we got that one trimmed down. Fits pretty good everywhere other than got that radius there a little too flat. Got that one a little flat. I need to go just a tickle wider on this edge, and my initial template that I cut out, I cut way too much off there. So I'm gonna go make another template and try it again. Well, after several times in the oil pan and putting the pan on and off the engine, I finally got it to where it clears. I can make this hole here smaller when I put it in on steel, but that's what we got. Got me a scrap piece of steel that I had on my trailer, and yeah, it'll work one way or another, just like that. Got the shape kind of sort of roughed in there. Gotta clean that all up yet, but getting there. Well, there it is. I got a couple corners that aren't as tight as I'd like it to be, but I cut the round part out and then took it over to the edge of the trailer and took a ball peen hammer to it and bent that around. I got a spot there I want to get some more, but got a little concave bend to it to where the oil drains. Everything drains towards that hole. I'm gonna go take it over to the garage, get it tack welded in and test fit it, and if everything fits good, weld her up. Cleaned up, all ground down, ready to go. I'm gonna hit this thing with some brake cleaner and go weld her. Well, there it is, tacked up. Didn't quite have my settings right. Hit a little high to start with, burned a hole through, but I'll fix that. And anyway, test fit it, everything fits good. Gonna clean it up and get it all welded in. Well, I ran out of welding wire, so gotta get some more tomorrow and finish welding it. I ain't gonna get too close either, because, you know, flux core, booger welds, but I'm gonna buy me a die grinder tomorrow too, and we'll dress those up. You know what they say, those who can't do, teach, and those who can't weld, grind. So I'm gonna get me a grinder. I'll weld it in. I'm not gonna zoom in too close on my booger welds, but the front and back edges here, I got them in pretty good. Sanded them in with I got me a belt sander and got them sanded in pretty good. I did have this corner here. I'm about to dump some oil in here and just level the pan up, dump some oil in and see how it flows. I did drill a couple holes, little holes there and one there, just because that's a low corner there. I wish I'd have brought this. If I was to do it again, I would bring this edge up and bring it all the way back to like back in here to where this corner here comes up and it forces it to slope this way, but I didn't, so I drilled a couple holes in there. I'm gonna dump some oil in and see what it does. There it is. I put some oil in. I've made my holes a little bit bigger, get some better drain back. But it needs a very, very good cleaning to get all that sand and grit and stuff out of there. And those welds could certainly be better. But I don't know. I know some other people that put like oil resistant RTV in some of their gaps and stuff. So who knows? I might take some and just smooth those edges up to where get some better, less oil retention, better drainage. That or maybe JB Weld even, and just fill those edges in, get it all smoothed in good. But pretty tickled with it. First time trying something like this, and I think it'll work out all right. Better than nothing anyway. Well, I went to the Advance Auto and got me some JB Weld to cover up those booger welds along the side that I couldn't get the grinder into. Then I wasn't just super thrilled or confident about having that inside the oil pan, so I spent a little bit more time with the welder, and I got those welds a whole lot nicer. So I'm gonna spend a lot more time with the grinder and dress these down again and see how it turns out. Well, it's better. Still not perfect. I can't get in there with the sander entirely, but it's better. These ends are sanded down nice. Everything flowed well before. It just wasn't the prettiest, and it's still not the prettiest. I mean, it's no TIG weld by any means, but it's better, and it's good enough. So we're done with that. Gotta clean up a couple more spots here and there, wash it out really good, and then we're done. So that's it for this little short video project. I took up more of my time than what I should have spent on this, but hey, learning experience. It was a fun project, and I gotta head into the house, get cleaned up, and head to work. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit the like, share it, subscribe. If you think my welds are atrocious and you just want to share it with your buddies to make fun of them, by all means do that too. So thanks for watching.